Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. Scoot in a little bit, Mike. Center us up, or you got the boat setting crooked.
That's all right. You're a little heavier than I am.
Yeah, I'm going down the lake laying sideways. That's yummy. All right, here we go. Hey, folks, well, welcome to tonight's show, and we want to say Mike's my guest, and we're missing old Bill, and I'll give you a little update on him here in a few minutes.
Yep.
And want to say hello to Polly and Gay up there in Clinton. Want to say hello to Dad.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he's raring to go. Anyway, he thinks he is. Wished he was. Anyway, we're going to get into the show. We've got some baits. We're going to do a little bit of talking about these bait casting reels there a little bit tonight, and update on Bill and talk a little fishing. I haven't got any film since week 4. Just been tied up, and the weather busy, rainy, and this, that, and the other, and basically, Mike, the daggum rascals have been hard to catch.
They sure have.
Yeah. So
I brought some stuff for me, show everybody a few tricks that I've learned over the years on some of these baits, and show them here in a minute anytime you get ready.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what we're going to do before we get into the film. Mike's got some film that we shot up there a couple of weekends ago. I think me and Wesley was on the lake and came up, and you and Brad was already there.
Yeah.
And we had a incident up there. Guy run aground. Yuns was up there trying to deal with that situation and that kind of stuff. So I think Mike's got some stuff on that he'll point out to us or tell us about here in a few minutes. And when we get into the film there and come back, why, he can tell us all about that. And then we'll talk a little bit of boat safety. But listen, Mike's wife went to the mailbox the other day, and in the mailbox was this. There's 5 pages here. And Polly, you and Gay may already know about this. It was an article on Bill in Boat USA, or BoatUS.com. It's www.boatus.com magazine, and there's an article in there about Bill, and it's the best fisherman you've never heard about is the title of the story. And it just I want you to get on your computers and log, get on BoatUS and get this article up. And if you hadn't ever seen it, it's pretty dang interesting. It tells about Bill's how the Big O got started. Bill was repairing a phone line on a ladder, and this guy his wife had brought the gentleman out in the backyard to enjoy the weather, and he had a body cast on.
Yeah.
And the gentleman was Fred Young, and Bill noticed him whittling like he was whittling out a fishing lure or something, and when he got the phone line repaired, he went down and investigated it, and that's when I reckon their friendship developed, and this, that, and the other. But it's a real interesting article, and it talks a lot about that. But that's it's Boat US magazine is what it is, and their website is www.boatus.com, and get on that and try that, and we'll see who this caller is, then we'll move on. Hello. Oh, didn't work. There you go.
It's Steve, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
I called in a little early because my granddaughter will be going to bed here in a minute. She wants to see that picture.
Well, we'll see if we can get that picture up. We don't want her to get into bed without getting a look at that picture. I'll tell you that. That dang Tony's killing them crappie.
Hey, if I was her, I wouldn't be worrying about the pictures as much as I would be eating them.
Yes, she is. I can't get her to eat none of them.
Oh, shoot, buddy. She's missing it. I'm telling you, buddy. As good as you cook them, she's definitely missing it. Have you got the crappie picture to send you, Dylan? Ready to... The crappie picture?
Said, don't forget my name, Papa. I went to Kai Hedrick.
Yeah. The one with the little girl by... Yeah. Okay, now that's the crappie right there. Now, the second one I see, she's got the little girl, Tony's granddaughter in there.
Whew, what a mess of them.
Buddy, he got them, ain't he, Mike?
He got them.
They's 30.
Yeah.
They got their limit that day. They sure did. Let's see. It may take us a minute to get that up, Tony. He's working on it, but it'll take him a minute to find it. Tell us about the fishing trip while he's looking for that picture.
We caught after them in Little Emery, up at Little Emery.
Yeah. Well,
About 17 foot deep up there.
17 feet.
Yeah, it's about 69 degrees where he's fishing at.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 67, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what.
67. Mike was on the down there yesterday with Wesley. Wesley got a tournament this coming Saturday, and Mike went with him down there to pre-fish a little bit, and they, weather was bad and everything. He says water down there yesterday was 67 degrees.
It was 69 Saturday when we was down there.
Yeah. The rain and the clouds kind of let it cool off a little bit.
We caught the rest of them down towards Kingston down that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, that's great. Didn't you tell me you caught 15 of them keepers out of one?
Caught 14 out of one tree in about 35 minutes. Well, we caught about small, they're real small.
Ain't no wonder he couldn't get a bass out of them trees. There's too many crappie in there. Wasn't room for them.
I know, we caught a bunch of more catfish.
Yeah.
I heard that. We'll get that picture up here in just a minute. Anything else about any particulars, Tony? I mean, now listen, if you was up in Little Emery, you was on that channel. There ain't no two-way, yeah. You're either in the channel or you're in 5 foot of water or less.
Yeah, I know it's shallow. Remember that place we was, the thing's coming off the main channel down there a little ways in it. Close to the edge of one of them banks there where it's fairly deep.
Yeah, and that's where they ought to be right now. Most of them, they it's going to cool off and they'll move back in there a little bit shallower, or either it gets cold, they'll move out deeper. But
we had about some of them Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, black nose, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
What's the difference in a black one and a white one? I can't ever catch no black ones.
Mike does catch. We catch
a few every now and then.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Some reason or other, they don't hang where the white ones do all the time.
I caught a few of them around rock walls, stuff like that.
Usually when I get into the black ones, they're a completely different area than what the regular crappie is.
It's like they found harder too.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Now, Dylan, you've got that picture, I hope.
Yep.
Trying to get it up. Okay. Well, listen, Tony, just hold on to her there for a few minutes, and we'll move. We'll hang up, and then when it comes up there, you'll see it, and you call me back. That work? Yeah, because we want her to see that picture. I mean, I want. Yeah. All right. Holler back at me when you see it come up. All right. See you, bud. But Tony and them, I tell you what, they've been all over the lake catching them crappie, and that's a good. I mean, that's great.
Yes,
you
kid.
Emery all the way down next to Thief Neck and Whites Creek.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to hear it. They're on them. I mean, shucks, they've been catching double digits every weekend here for the last 2 months, pretty much. I wished we could have a couple of good bass trips, and then we'd get the minnow buckets out. Yeah, it'd be about right here about the end of October.
Yeah, well, that temperature's supposed to warm back up.
I know.
Sunny here, back up in the 80s for a week or so. So I don't know if that water's going to cool off much more.
Yeah.
It may start cooling off out deeper, but
yeah.
I tell you, that's something else. That water temperature falling like it has, it's fell quite a bit in a month, you know.
Right. I hear you. Let's see. Dylan, as soon as you get that, and I know I seen it. Yeah,
he
okay.
did.
I was going to verify that through my sent messages, but I know I did. And that little girl's wanting to see her picture on there, and I don't blame her. I would too. So the big mess of crappie like that'd be all right.
While he's working on that, let's talk about something else here. How many times have you been up there fishing and put a trailer on there and catch a fish, and when you take him off, it looks like that?
More times than I want to talk about, Mike. I spent a fortune on plastics and used to get by with a jar of pork rind all year.
Well, you know, if you find the other piece that he sewed off there,
yeah,
I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. And
Mike, you know how it is. Them tricks, you always got us in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's soldering pencil.
Yes, sir.
I take a little bit of wire, wrap it around that soldering pencil, and pull it off out there a little bit, a half inch or so. Lay that thing up there and let her heat up, and then just push that leg back up there to the side of it. Or if it's busted in the middle, you can just go right down through there and meld it right back together.
Yeah.
If it's got the pincher knocked off of it, you can weld this pincher right back on there. Same way with the worms. You can put a worm back together, a lizard. You can repair any of that plastic with just a little old soldering pencil and a piece of wire on it. And the reason I use the wire on it is because the tip gets too hot. It burns the plastic. So you got to put that wire on there and then pull it out a little bit. If it's too hot or too cold, then cut it off a little bit. Until you get the temperature just right to where you can stick it down there and it'll melt that plastic, but it won't burn it.
Yeah.
And you just work right back down the top of that thing and melt it right back together. If it's busted, or put the pinchers back on it or whatever, any of that plastic, it'll work on any of it. If you can fix it back up and fish it again.
Yeah.
There's ain't been times you get up there and go through a pack of them and you say, oh, boy, I wish I had another pack of them things with me.
Yeah, that's a fact. But you ain't got no 110 power on your boat.
Now, they used to make one of them worm menders, they called it, that plugged into a cigarette lighter in the boat that you could put them back together. But I ain't seen one of them advertised in many, many years.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they sure did. Made a little old 12-boat job, but plugged in there.
That's a pretty good little setup right there. I mean, that's that I know that'll work. I've seen you do it, and it will work, folks. Yes. Ain't no two ways about it. And like he said, you can take them crawdads right there. When they break in water and slinging their head and this, that, and the other. And we tear a lot of them up, getting them in the net. You know, unless the bait's down in their mouth and to film them and whatnot, but they'll get slinging their head and sling those pinchers off and that kind of thing. And like you say, Mike, if you find the pincher that's laying in the floor of the boat or whatever,
take two of them. If you got pinchers broke off, pull one off of the other and put it on there. At least you got one you can use again.
I agree.
Buy you another pack and throw it in there, and maybe you'll have a few more and you won't run out every time.
There's nothing wrong with that. They sure ain't. And that daggum stuff's not cheap.
No,
I mean, you know, a $5 jar of pork rind, they used to have 5 pieces in it, but the last that I bought had 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we use $1.25 a piece.
Yeah.
You know, a minimum, and not counting the tax on them. So you go over and buy a pack of that plastic, and it's got 6 pieces in it, and it's $6 a pack.
Yeah, so that's $1 a piece for them.
Huh?
$1 a piece for them.
Yeah, it definitely is. So I mean, you know, you could catch 6 fish, tear up 6 trailers.
Well, that's when them lizards first come out, I took some grease and smeared it all over some and poured some Bondo down there in a little box and just pushed that thing down in that Bondo and let it harden up. And I could lay them lizards right back down in there, take that thing, sorter and pencil, and just go right back down that thing, put them right back together, or pour another, and if you wanted to. But it sure made it easy about fixing them lizards.
I heard that.
And man, I tell you what, we went through a lot of lizards on that Carolina rig. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, we did. Sure, yeah. Well, you know, and the bad thing about it is we still got quite a few lizards and don't fish a Carolina rig now.
Not that much.
Not that much. And it's a good way to catch fish, without a doubt. Dylan, you holler at me when you get that picture up. And you got it now? All right, put it back up there. There it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, Tony, give us a buzz back over here and tell us about the granddaughter.
You look like she got one of them big ones picked up by showing it.
Yeah, dadgum, that's a mess of fish.
What is?
I'm telling you, they done
I
good.
thought that mean I'd have to get you to help me clean them.
Yeah, I heard that. All right, she's seeing that picture, I hope.
Yeah, she's tickled death for that.
Yeah. Tell her she needs to get in more of the pictures there, and we'll be in good shape. Get her in there.
I used to take her fishing somewhere with me, but we can go in the pond, but she ain't been with me out the boat now.
Yeah, well, some gonna. She's got a good mess of fish right there to take a picture with. I'll tell her that.
Has she been catching any of them? Is the question.
No, them she ain't. She's been bass up there in the pond. We got some bass. She goes up there and catches some every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, tell her congratulations on that nice picture.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Hey, buddy, we appreciate you. Make sure you get us another picture next week.
All right. As long as I can keep mine off, like I can catch some.
Well, I'm gonna keep him up here with me another weekend or two, and then after that, you'll have to watch for him.
We'll talk to you later. Enjoy your show.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you, buddy. See you. All right. Got that down. That's good. That's good. Get that Tony's granddaughter in there. Mighty fine. We're here shortly. Whenever you get Mike's film ready, Dylan, holler at us and we'll go to it. But I do want to get you all to let's just go ahead and give the update on Bill, Mike. But Bill's over at the NHC at Farragut, and let's see. Wait a minute. Let me get that number up here. I've got to get. Well, I know what I've done here. Let's see. I'll have it in just a second. For any of you that might want to call, no, that's not it. It's 218-0026, I think. I got the NHC number that it's 777-4000, but that rings to the front desk. You need to call Bill's room direct. Gay, call back over here in a minute and give me that phone number to your dad's room, will you please? Because I've got it in the truck, but I don't have it with me, and I got the wrong number on my phone. But anyway, our buddy Bill's had his knee replacement, and he's over there in rehab. And I didn't talk to him today. I talked to him yesterday, and you know, he's that's a rough deal.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yes,
they don't. Hey. You know, you're not over there to relax.
No, no, sir.
You're walking, paddling that bike, and icing it down, and this, that, and the other all the time. And
put you on that machine that sat there and run that leg back and forth, whether you want it to or not.
That's exactly right. So he's he's not on no vacation by no means, but we just hope and pray that everything works out really good on Bill's knee replacement, and I can't wait. He gets good, gets better, and gets home, get back in the boat with us, Mike.
That's right.
And he's looking forward to that too. And, but he's got. He got, let's see, 2, 3. He got about 3 or 4 more weeks of it, I think. Right at 3 weeks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how things go from there. But if any of you want to call, I think he's in room. Shucks, 26, 226. I think's his room number. And if any of you would like to give Bill a call, he'd sure appreciate it. And you may not get him. I think they're in there 2 or 3 times a day getting him into rehab, Mike.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we'll go from there. All right, Dylan, take us to Mike's film, will you?
Okay, old Mike got one here, buddy. The first one tonight. We ain't been getting no bites. No bites, Mike.
He don't want to come up too good, I know that. I don't know what he is.
He don't look like he
Catfish.
big old catfish. Well, shoot. I'm glad we don't have Max here tonight. He wants to keep that.
Yeah. Yeah, he want to keep him. Sure would.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, get him. See, man. Be careful now. Hey. Let me get a picture of him, man. Okay, son, that's the first one tonight, but I'll tell you one thing. He was a nice one.
Okay, folks, I hope you can see what happens when you're up here on North Lake. If you don't know the lake, and if you don't know, you ain't got a depth finder. You got a pontoon boat here running aground. We're going to try to get him back in the water. Yeah. Lose my bait off. That's for sure. Hey, he's mean. Whew, he's mean.
Kind of poor.
Poor looking. A little smallie. Oh, well, let's get him back in the water and we're getting up. Let's get here. Boy. Like her. He's ready. Yes, sir, that fish is ready. That's a dandy smallie there. Good chunky fish. Get off. Look at him. Meaner than a junkyard dog out there, isn't he? Whew. Oh. I'll pinch her off again. Well, there's another nice one. Yeah. He's dead on it. All right, Brad's got one there. Nice smallie. Yes, sir. We'll put him back, see if we can get some more. Got it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one. Got a nice one there. Got teeth like a razor.
Pretty nice fish, Mike.
That's a nice one, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Put him back. See if we can...
Reckon I can unplug this, Mike. What we got, Mike?
Hey, ain't no telling. He's down there and he don't want to come up, I'll tell you that.
Mm.
Ooh, look out.
Get mean with him, Mike.
I mean,
Show him who's boss.
he just give me my jig back. I'd be tickled.
You gained on him.
Not really.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Oh. I don't know who's gonna get tarred first, him or me.
Yeah, you're getting him now.
Not really. He won't run back down the boat, don't he?
Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. There he is. He's a big cat. Mm. Mm. Now what are you gonna do? Mm. Boy, he's ugly.
Yeah, he's ugly. Real ugly.
Mud cat. Let me cut it off while you get him on.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, folks. I'm up here on North on Wednesday night. Steve's got to work tomorrow. So I let him get a little rest. I'm going to throw out these smallmouth a little bit. So hang with us and we'll get rigged up here and see if we can catch one or two of them. So remember the sponsors, folks, and let's go fishing.
All right, we're back. I guess we'll save that little bit of film. That was for you up there Wednesday night, what?
No, Sunday night.
Sunday night, okay. Yeah, that's when I called you.
Before the storm hit.
Yeah, okay. All right, Mike, let's tell us about the boat running aground there. I think that happened right before me and Wesley about the time we got there.
No, Yuns was done there. Yuns was fishing right down from us over there.
Okay.
And We heard that boat coming, and all of a sudden I heard him run to the ground up there. And I told Brad, I said, dang, he's hit. And Brad said, you think so? I said, yeah, I know he is. And it took about 2 or 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden I heard him hollering, help. And I said, well, I guess we better go. And then he didn't say nothing for a few minutes there. And the time we got all our stuff done up there, then he hollered help again. And we took off up that way. Of course, I run around in the deep water because I know where everything was at, and come back in. And that boat that was over on the other side of the lake, he come across, and then he come in there and he hollered up there at him, said, I can't come in no further. Said, I'm in 2 foot of water now. And he said, well, we ain't got no depth finder. We don't know. I said, yeah, that figures.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we fooled around there and helped him there and got a picture of it. And he finally got tied on to him and got his boat over there where it was, I guess 5, 6 foot deep enough to, and had a long enough rope that he could take the big motor on that other bass boat. And I told them too, I said, trim the motor up as far as it'll go, and then get up there on the front and get out and push as hard as you can push. And it took him several jerks, and he finally scooted it back, and it got it off of there. But I don't know what was wrong with them 2 boys. I mean, as bright as that moonlight was, how in the world they didn't see that, I don't know. But it was a long bar that comes out right there on the backside of Bear Hole Bend. It runs out there toward that buoy there. And they sure, it was sticking up out of water at 6, 8 inches, and they put that pontoon boat right up there on it.
Right.
I mean, whether they don't know the lake or what, you know, but watch bar, you ain't too bad. But, you know, when you start going to the feeder lakes, the main headwater lakes like Norris and Cherokee and Douglas, and they start that drawdown, them lakes can get dangerous in a hurry. If you don't know the lake, then you better take it easy and have a good depth finder and a good map and know where that channel's at, because they can get dangerous.
Yeah, you know, on our navigable dam lakes and reservoirs and dams where they're dammed up, you know, like Watch Bar and Fort Loudon, they got buoys.
Yeah.
You know, you got
the
your red and black buoys. But when you hit North, Cherokee and Douglas, Fontana and places like that, the feeder lakes where there's no commercial traffic, there's no buoys except a warning buoy when the water gets down so low, you know, we're on a rock pile or something, shallow point, that kind of thing. Other than that, you're kind of on your own.
Yes, sir. You sure are.
And you know, like you said, a good depth finder and a map, but
well, even a cheap depth finder, if you spend $100, $200, that's nothing compared to what it'd cost you to fix the bottom of the boat or replace a foot or a prop or something like that. Besides getting somebody hurt, that's what I was more worried about than anything.
Yeah.
Was somebody might have got thrown out of the boat or something, you know.
It's like a head-on collision.
Yeah.
You're running out through there 30, 40, 50 mile an hour, and bam, you're stopped. Well, hey, no seat belts or nothing. Where do you think you're headed? Right over the nose, buddy. Out there on the dry land or in the water, one.
Yeah.
So it's pretty evident. And you know, folks, people anymore, the respect for the fellow man's gone.
Yeah.
You know, they'll go between you and the bank.
Oh, yeah.
And you got 4 black lights out. Running light or anchor light on the back of the boat, or you're looking at them in your red and green light, and you know, I'm 25, maybe 50 yards off the bank, and they'll come between me and the bank.
Yeah.
Run right over your line.
All they'd see is the bank and water, and
that's it.
They're gonna go.
That's it.
They don't care about nothing else, and that's just like them two there. They just going down to that bank and wasn't paying a bit of attention to what's going on, and next thing you know, they run aground.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when there's half a mile or further behind you out there in the middle of the lake, they want to cut between you and the bank.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they'll do it every time.
They'll run right over your lines, and it just I don't know. Like Mike said before, they just don't know white lines or yellow lines out there to keep them straight.
Well, that's true. I just don't think they know enough about boating or anything at all about the lake, or they wouldn't be doing that.
Well, I agree. And we know they follow the ridge lines up there at night. But heck, you don't have to run right on the bank. Get out there, you can still see the ridges, and from where you're headed, just get out in the middle. And
they're so used to seeing the dry land with the trees sticking up, and they just follow along beside of it, thinking, well, there ain't no problems. And there's a lot of problems when they start dropping that water.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's full up there, like you've been running all summer.
Yeah.
It ain't been bad on them, but now that they're dropping it down.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with you. But we want you to be careful, folks, and I'll tell you something else, and TWRA mentioned it. They told me if legally you've got your headlight on, and especially pontoon boats, a lot of them, they'll have two headlights. It's okay to turn those off and on, intermittent. Mm-hmm. But when you turn them headlights on,
blind everybody else.
And you're blinding everybody else, and then we can't see where your green and red lights at. Mm-mm. They got a little old 12-volt, probably a 3 or 4 candle fire light in that, and then you turn them dang 150 candle fire lights on, you can't see the red and green.
That was the worst thing about them running aground up there. When I turned around and looked at them and seen them come down through there, they had the 2 headlights on and still running around.
Well, sometimes too much light will blind you. It reflects off that water.
That's the reason I know that. I said, they're going to hit something, and sure enough.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're just glad they wasn't hurt. And I'll give you another little, for instance. A couple of weeks ago, Mike and I started up there. I don't remember what night it was. And we headed down on the TVA property over to the 19 boat ramp, and we get about halfway down the hill, and here's a wrecker, TWRA vehicle, and this guy loses. He goes and buys a boat from another individual, and we think he had it on the wrong size bottom. Anyway, the boat is over in the woods, and the trailer's sitting here between the road and the boat, and it come off the ball. And
yeah, when it ran off in there and the tongue dug in, the boat
shot right off the trailer.
Over the top of it and over into the bushes there. And everything, you can see the skin marks and everything else and tell just exactly what happened when it come off that ball. Yeah,
ain't no two ways about it. So lessons learned on the tongue of that trailer. It's embossed in there with some other warning numbers and this, that, and the other of what size ball that's supposed to have.
Yeah.
And make sure you kind of check it out because it won't stay on the engine 7/8.
No, it won't.
Not unless you've got a whole lot of tongue weight on there.
That boy, it was up there in Kentucky that time, ordered that when they come out with that 19-foot Northcraft.
Yeah.
And ordered that black and gold Pittsburgh Steelers colors, you know. And a week later, I was up there and come over to the shop, and they come dragging that thing in.
Yeah.
All two pieces. He had put it on the back of that Suburban, and his mama said, yeah, okay, we'll go over to the lake and you can play with the boat a while. Well, they took off to the lake over there, and he didn't latch it down, evidently. And next thing you know, it come off the ball and then running under the guardrail and shot over the guardrail and went about 50 foot over the dang bluff up there. Yeah. And through there, the time they drug it back up through there, and the trailers done tore all to pieces. They had to find some other trailer to put it on just to haul it back down to Mac. And I said, oh, damn mercy. Yeah. Brand new boat, hadn't been in the water but one time.
Yeah, that's like that time I wrecked me and Dad going down to Blue Springs, or the Bayside that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whiplashed turned that thing right around, a complete 360 right in the, never got off the blacktop.
Yep.
And it whiplashed that thing right off that trailer and threw it over in the ditch on its top.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll happen. I mean, you know, so yeah, we're not. Mike and I's been through a lot. I'm telling you, you know, I yeah, sure did, and had a boat, another boat, was 2 weeks old. Just got it broke in good, fishing a classic tournament down there at Watts Bar, and heck, I hit a buoy that I'd have been by that buoy all my life.
Yeah.
And hit that thing with that brand new boat, and that was it.
It's got a big dent in it now.
Yeah. Oh, the buoy has. Yeah, I know it.
Another fella did it.
Yeah. So good. Yeah. I took my eyes off of where I was headed and looking to see if I was wanting to fish a place over here on my left, and I was looking over there to see if there's a boat there. And next thing I know, look out! That guy with me hollered, "Look out!" And
Too late.
too late.
Too late.
Bam.
Mm.
But anyway, I pulled all the stuff. I got we finished fishing that day, but I was heartbroken, so it didn't matter. Let's see.
The other night when we was up there, I went through a lot of baits, people. And then I just happened to think, well, last year Steve done pretty good on this old bait, and he give me one of them skirts, and I put it on a spinnerbait there and started throwing it. And if I could have hung on to the fish that hit this thing, I'd been like them crappie there. I'd had a sack full of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they was doing, and I don't think you could ever get a better hook than that right there.
Yeah.
And I didn't catch that many on it or get them in the boat anyway. But man, was they knocking far out of that thing. And that's the ugliest old green looking thing I ever seen in my life.
I know.
It had a piece of that root beer chunk behind it there. Man, that just beat all I ever seen. And that ain't the only spinnerbait I throwed. I throwed 7 or 8 different colored spinnerbaits and jigs. Lord, I throwed about everything that's in that box right there as far as colors.
Yeah.
Trying them. And I finally, I think I caught one fish on this other one here. And that was, I can get it out here. It was that, no, that wasn't it either. It's in the other side.
Okay.
But it's a sort of a mixture. It's got a lot of that yellow pumpkin in it. One that I'd tried out. Then Bill.
Speaking of that skirt on that,
We had been catching them on that dang bait there you was throwing.
Yeah, that's that new copper crawl color that Bill got out there from that guy in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure is. Yeah, they hit that. They sure did. It sure adds a lot of flash to a jig. Now I'll say that, and it looks good. It sure does. It looks really good. But yeah, we tied that up there. Listen, folks, Bill's phone number is, while Mike's proud for that jig, is 218-0026. That's his room number. That goes straight to the phone. Now, just like the other morning when I called him, he had Polly call me back that afternoon and told her, said Steve's the only one I know would have called me that time of morning about 6:30. And so anyway, that's 218-0026. That goes straight into his room, and if he can get to the phone, he'll pick up and be glad to hear from you if you want to give him a call. Jack Raines called me the other day before yesterday, looking for how to get in touch with him and that kind of thing. Want to know if I know? I said, yeah, Jack, I know he's over there, but I appreciate you calling me. But here's his room number. So thank you, Jeff Rowe, for getting that number to me, and we'll go from there. Jeff Phillips texted me there that's the number I gave him to call Bill. So we're in good shape. But that article is www.boatus.com.
Yep.
And it's real nice article about Bill and Fred Young and Bill's attributes doing this fishing. And it says the article is the best fisherman you've never heard about. So by Steve Wright.
Yes.
Get that's a good deal. I can't wait to get that to Bill, and I'm sure he remembers it and probably got a copy, but I can't wait to let him read it. All right, Mike, what do you got
That's
there?
that other jig I was talking about, that skirt on it. It's a black, and then it fades into sort of a yellow pumpkin looking stuff, and then it goes back to like a watermelon or a green pumpkin, and then sort of a brown mix in there with it, and then back to black again. It just fades in and out of them colors and stuff. Man, I'm telling you, it is one pretty jig. I had a piece of that root beer rhyme behind that, and I had 2 or 3 fish just almost jerked the rod out of my hand up there when they'd hit it, but I dogged if I could stick one of them. I finally caught one on it, but man, I tell you what, it's a dang good looking jig. They was crazy about that dang spinnerbait there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the ugliest thing in the world, but they like it.
Oh, I know it. That old green spinnerbait, yeah.
What we gonna do if we ever lose it?
I don't know either, 'cause they ain't, but there's only 2 of them skirts. There's 3 left. I got 2 skirts and an extra, and then you've got so there's 4 total, and that's it. I don't know where you will never find them more. Them old plastic skirts that we had back, Chucks, in the 70s.
Early 70s.
Yeah, early 70s and so forth and so on. There wasn't nothing, hardly no rubber skirts at that time or silicone. There's all that plastic. And but I've fooled around and lost them all. Listen, folks, I'm going to do a little demo here on these bait casters. We've talked about them a few times before. The first thing is you don't be intimidated by these things. Because once you, the secret to it is wrist action. It's nothing to do with the reel. It's about your wrist. And it's all about, and I don't want to break this rod, but just get you one, go out there in the yard and just practice doing this right here. And you want that handle when you draw back the cast, looking up like this. If it's laying flat, forget it. You'll throw the rod and reel down and forget about it because you're going to backlash.
Well, you remember back when Dad first started buying them ambassadors and stuff, and they come in that little leather pouch thing there, and you had that little booklet in there that told you everything about that reel and even how to use it. Yeah. And that was the main thing it said, was to throw it with that dang handle sticking up like that. And let that
it's all about this right here.
Not sideways like this, but up and down.
Yeah. If you got your thumb and fingers looking flat like this right here, you ain't gonna cast one. If you turn that thing up there on an angle and come back here, and you can just do it with a flick of your wrist. I'm gonna get me a little short rod there, but I'll get this thing out on the lake and give you some pointers on it. You've got these. This side plate comes off, and you've got 6 little old plastic pins, what I call the brakes, and under this on the end of the spool. And then when you cast, they slide off their holder, and it rubs on this brass drum right here.
Yes, it just slides out to it and rubs it.
It slides out there and rubs it.
The more you put out, the more drag you put on.
And you can snap all 6 of them in, that they can't come out, or you can let 4 of them come out, or 2 of them come out, or none. When you just click that little thing. I'll take this thing apart one night and show you one day there and film it and show you what I'm talking about. And then this knob over here on the side, it tensions the spool shaft. And you've got 2 means of tightening that reel down. But the tighter you put this, the harder it is to wind the handle. These over here work whenever you cast, and when you put them all 6 out there rubbing on the brake drum, it doesn't throw quite as far, but it controls your backlash. And the reason they make them so accessible to get to and easy to get to is if you're out there on the lake and you're throwing a 1/2 ounce bait and you drop down to 1/8 ounce or 3/16 or something, and you go to backlashing, you can take this cap off right here and pop a couple more of them brake shoes out and probably correct every bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they've tried a lot of different things. The magnetic jobs where you can pull it around and put more magnet on there to drag it down, slow that spool down. But magnets are taken back the other way, and it takes it away from it. You know?
But there's nothing beats casting that thing like you're supposed to cast it. If you know, when I backlash, it's because I don't make the proper cast. I've got it too flat, or you know, I just halfway cast it, and this, that, and the other. But if you're doing that thing right like you're supposed to, you just keep getting more, you know, no time flats. You're casting it, and you know, you could just get out there and practice with that wrist action, with the rod in your hand. Never click the button in, and put your weight on it, and then turn this tensioner right here, tighten it up or loosen it up a little bit to where that bait will set right there at the end of your rod when you click the release back here, the thumb bar, and you know, there's nothing to it. But the whole key is getting that reel and your wrist where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And once you do that, then you'll get real efficient with just wrist action. You'd be surprised how far this thing will cast with just flick of your wrist, just like that. Then you can put a little forearm in it, and then next thing you know, you've got a little bicep in it, and you can throw 100 yards if you want to. Well, I mean, just, you know, put you 100 yards of line on there and a Zara spoot and about a 6.5, 7 foot medium action rod, and walk out there and one end of the football field this.
Yeah, it'll get out there now.
So, but you know, 50, 60 yards about as far as I try to throw with a half ounce jig or something, you know. But yeah, don't be intimidated. It don't take nothing to learn how to cast one of these things. But like I said, years ago, I bought several of them with the backlashes still in them.
Yeah.
People buy them, couldn't get mad at them, couldn't throw them. And
everybody
how much you want for it?
Wants to try to throw them a half a mile,
No,
but I'm telling you, the further you throw, the less likely you are to get that fish in.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
When all that line stretch, you don't get much of a hook set.
Yeah.
And then he's got a lot more chances to come up there and break water and throw your bait.
That's the truth. You got father to bring him in, Mike. Chances of him getting off a lot greater.
It works out a lot better if you get shorter caster, just right now on the boat or whatever.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, right quick, remember my sponsors, folks. Let's just start out right quick. Reynolds Racing and Marine. They've got to the end of this month. They've got some special pricing on the side-by-sides. Got a new line of boats down there, plus all these new Expresses that's coming in. If you're looking for a heck of an aluminum boat, don't look any further. Go down there and check out one of them Expresses. They'll take you over at the water and let you ride in it, drive it, so forth and so on. You're going to be highly impressed with that Express boat. And pick the hull design that you want. If you want to go up here in shallow water, they've got them. If you want to run the 4-foot waves down here, they've got that too. So you know, they've got 5 or I think 7 different hull designs on the boat, but you won't find one built any better than that Express. And do remember that Tim's tires, you know, it's coming on bad weather. I need a new set, or my wife needs a new set, and I'm just trying to wait out this month and, you know, just get the last little bit out of what we've got and that kind of thing. So get down there and get you a set of tires from Tim's, and you know, I believe you'll be well satisfied. But I'm going to get the wife a set and
Got about 5 minutes.
that kind of thing. Citizens First Bank, want to remember those nice folks. All kinds of loans, construction, commercial, individual loans, all kinds of electronic banking. And the good thing about it is they're the friendliest people you'll ever meet. And they got to 5 locations: Oak Ridge, Harriman, Wartburg, Oneida, and Oliver Springs. So, yeah, you can't forget those folks. Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies, man, just wonderful. They're I don't know. They work day and night down there at that place. I reckon it just you go by there one day and at 5 o'clock and there's not a soul around. The next day everybody's still there and you can look in the windows and they're just working up a storm and I usually come through there about 6 to 10 after 6 of the morning and they'll be in there. And, I mean, they just workaholics, I reckon, down there. But they do make some nice fudge and nice candies, and it's all over the country, pretty much. Ed and Pamela Ann. So do check them out. We got Amy at the sign shop, and just got off the phone with her a little bit ago, getting some business cards and anything you might need in the sign business or whatever. You give Amy a call for sure. Edgemore Outdoors over here, folks. Can't do it without Jim and Jeannie. They got a nice shop over there. And as things progress, they'll get in their new building. It's going to be even awesome, I'm telling you. Shared Treasures there in Oliver Springs, across from Ace Hardware. You need to go, if you're looking for some specialty items, go by there and check them out. They got antiques, consignment things, everything in the world. I mean, if you walked in there, and new stuff and old stuff, and antique type stuff, and so check those people out. And Mount Pisgah Bible Printing, can't forget them. Run into H.B. Carney. He's the guy over the print shop, has been, I think, ever since it started. Mm-hmm. Ever since they built the building. HB's a great guy. They do Bibles. They make the Bibles down there and ship them all over the world in 3 or 4 or 5 different languages. So want to remember all those good folks. Can't do the show without them. We only got 2 or 3 minutes. East Tennessee Sportsman Association is meeting next Tuesday at the Shoney's in the Harriman, 7 o'clock. Don't forget that. What else we got, Mike?
Going fishing.
Going fishing. That's right. Mike and I are going to try to make a little trip. Wesley's got a tournament Saturday at Ladd Landing, the first one of the fall season for the high school. And I've got some things I've got to do Saturday. And so Quint Miles is going to take Wesley and Colt and fish their first tournament. I'm hoping I'll be freed up to make it the second one. So good luck to them 2 guys, and those high school kids down there want to make sure they're safe. But anyway, I'm going to try to go with Mike a little while tomorrow night. Got a hard day Saturday, but hopefully we can make it. There ain't nothing you ain't done before. Mike kept me out all night and make me work the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have to we'd fish till 2 o'clock. I'd get in the back seat and sleep till I got home and get to bed and get back up at 5 o'clock and head to work.
Too.
Mike would be in the bed asleep. I swear he didn't have to. Anyway, folks, God bless you all. We'll see you next week. Remember old Bill. Give him a call. 218-0026.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store. Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh.